our thoughts tonight. Uh, there was a poster on a blog on the Deco site. I'm sure most people know it. Whatever you do, don't stand up. The poster's name is JM Kiru, and something I'd like to share with you. I'd like to thank Dianne Feinstein and Chuck Schumer for demonstrating shrewd political tactics and just awesome leadership in voting yeah on Judge McCaskey. As Senator Feinstein stated, this is the best we're going to get from this administration, and as anyone can tell you, that means we should just give in and do what the administration wants. I mean, it's not like we have a choice in that we might actually exercise some free will. Why, think of what this administration might do if we didn't give them everything they wanted. Senator Feinstein's message has been unparalleled in its clarity. We could all learn a little something from this attitude. And the poster now goes on to tell a little story. Now, when I was a child, I didn't have this kind of wisdom. I remember one day being harassed by a school bully for my lunch money. And I knew that if I didn't give it to him, he and his friends would beat me up something fierce. It seemed a quandary with no answer. I mean, either I would get beat up or I would give my lunch money. After all, these were the only offers the bully has to offer. I must admit I thought my solution of saying no and shoving the bully into his friends was innovative, as I was never asked for my money again. Shame on me for not seeing that I was so wrong. Why? Had Dianne been around back then to guide me, surely I would have known the best thing to do would be to give up my money. That way the bully could come and demand it the next day, and the one after that. Why, I could just keep lying down and taking it forever. And wouldn't that be a better solution? This is starting to feel like I'm unfairly singling out two of many. So I'll put this question to every Democrat who keeps laying down on the job. What good is power if you're scared to use it? What point is there to amassing favors, power, and committee chairs if you don't stand up and say enough is enough? This is still a democracy, and we will not stand for this. A year ago, I was filled with excitement at the new Congress, at a Democratic takeover, and I looked forward to seeing this country set back on the right course. And time after time, when presented with opportunities to serve the American people, rather than stand up to the bully, you've laid down and done as you're told. Again and again and again. What breaks my heart is I used to think there was a line. I used to believe that there would come a point where the opposition party would say, enough is enough. First I thought it was withdrawal from Iraq, and then I thought it might be restoring the Constitution. And in all honesty, after all this, I kind of stopped believing, but I kept hoping. And here we go again. What has now dawned on me is that there really is no line, and there is no point at which we can trust this leadership to stand up to this president. That chill running down your spine only proves that you're probably still sane. I get that Bush can get that recess appointment. And that recess appointment might even be worse. I get that McCaskey answered several questions with clarity and thought. I must have been listening to different answers, though, because what I didn't hear was the loudest of all. It was the most important answer he could give, roughly paraphrased. Waterboarding, whatever you name it, is a technique so heinous in nature that even the Nazis were reluctant to use it. We are better than the Nazis. And we must ban it utterly. If waterboarding is torture, as McCaskey said, if doesn't even come close, I dare say any of us, Judge McCaskey included, faced with the idea that our loved one, or God forbid, our children, being waterboarded, we'd scream ourselves hoarse at how utterly wrong and utterly inhumane this is. We, the people, vested in you the power to make a difference. More so than any of us has. We offered you our collective authority. Use it. If the devil gives you two bad choices, then stand up and make a third. You are senators, for God's sake. Show some initiative. You are our representatives. Do something.